Hello friends, it's Unicorn Princess here. I wanted to have an honest chat with you. I wanted to make this a pillow talk episode because I've not done one of them in ages, but then I got all dressed up because we're going out to dinner. Yay, something to do. But I really wanted to talk to you guys, so here I am. Let's have a chat. I'm not sure how things are going in your various countries, but Scotland, oh my god. So you know the situation with the thing that's happening all around the world, and you know there's been lockdowns, and if I say it I'll get demonetized and all of that for some stupid reason. You know the thing that's happening everywhere. Well, the thing has been happening in Scotland, and Scotland has been in lockdown for like 9 months now, since March, late March. Is that right? March, April, May, June, July, yeah, 9 months, Jesus. And where I was employing a lot of standard coping mechanisms at the beginning, they have run dry as of now. And me and many of the people I know have been really struggling in lockdown. Whenever you talk about having a hard time or just not managing it well, you know, people all over TV and the internet go, oh, but it could be worse, you could be sick. And it's like, you don't have that attitude towards absolutely everything in life all of the time, so why would you have it now? Yes, of course, you could be sick, you could be dying, you could have things like cancer, which would be so much worse in so many ways, but you don't, and that's not the point. It's not a measuring contest like, oh, it could be worse, but of course, it's important to have perspective and say, okay, yes, I'm hungry right now, but like I haven't not eaten in 8 days. I've just not eaten in 8 minutes. It's not the same thing. So having perspective is one thing, and I get that, that's totally reasonable, but it's kind of gaslighting people to be like, oh, but it could be worse. People are sick right now, and I'm not talking about the thing, I mean mentally. The amount of people around me, myself included, who are deteriorating mentally because of the restrictions and the lockdown is bananas. People I have known for years who are just like the happiest, most stable people I have ever known are getting depressed and anxious, and all of this energy and focus that you normally have for things to do are not getting used on things to do, so they're focusing inward, and we are becoming overly self-critical. And me, for example, I am a relatively small person, 5'2", tiny little being, and I have become relatively obsessed with my weight. We have scales in the house, and I have been checking them 3 or 4 times a day anytime I go to the bathroom, and then I was inventing reasons to go to the bathroom just so I could weigh myself, because I've become slightly obsessed with the number of my weight. Now that is a slippery slope. I know and understand eating disorders, and I've struggled with food and with weight for much of my life, and I'm not really keen on that getting any worse, so I'm conscious of it and I'm curtailing it as best I can. So I kind of just wanted to say that if you are having a really hard time with lockdown and the restriction or the loss of your freedoms, standard things you would regularly be able to do, you are not able to do, it is completely reasonable for you to feel really bad about it. You're not being a baby. This is not a suck it up situation, especially if, like my country, it has been going on for almost a year, like 9 months is ridiculous, and people are starting to lose their patience. Anyway, I really wanted to kind of touch base and talk about how I'm feeling and how the people around me are coping, which I would say is starting to escalate in a not good, not great direction, but everybody's doing everything they can. So, in light of that, I had a talk with my mum, and my mum is like a bag I was gonna say a bag of wisdom, That's not what I mean like a well of wisdom. My mum is a bag. No. My mum is the single most intelligent person I know in every area of life, like intellectually, emotionally, just like I've never met anyone who comes close to her brain. And I was talking to her about it, and she gave me some sort of tips and ideas for mentally helping yourself out during this time period, and I have been trying them out. And I have to say, there is definitely an improvement, and I wanted to share those tips with you guys. So if you find that you are struggling, like me, finding it very hard to get out of bed in the morning or the afternoon, finding it very hard to focus on anything or having any energy to do anything at all in any way, I hope maybe these tips will help out you guys. So the first and most important thing, maybe something that you should do I just poured coffee all over myself, what an idiot. But it didn't get on my dress, so it's okay. Keep a tight schedule. Even if you've never been a schedule person, this kind of environment really calls for you to have a schedule. So get up in the morning, even if you don't have to. Set an alarm for the exact same time every day, and then actually get up and have yourself a little schedule. I'm not talking something crazy rigorous, I just mean, like, for me, for example, my alarm is set for 9. I get up, I have a routine for like washing my face, doing my hair. I do cream now, like face cream and everything. I never did that before, and now I do because it's part of the routine. I have a set number of breakfast things that I'm allowed to have, because that's another thing. Diet, if you had a good diet before, whether it was eating well or eating enough or not eating too much, I have found that mine was slowly going to shit. So really get on that as part of the routine. Select amount of things for breakfast. Pick one of the selections, have your breakfast, do your work or your whatever it is that you need to do, and just keep the schedule. And get dressed. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I work from home. I teach. So I only actually have to be dressed from like here. Nothing else needs to be dressed. So I was just wearing my jammies and like putting a work shirt over the top, bringing the blanket through and everything, which sounds great, but it actually goes towards making you feel more shitty. So seriously, get dressed. Do your face, do your hair, whatever it is you do. Routine, keep the routine. The next one is to exercise the small freedoms that you actually have. I found that in being told that we were not allowed to see friends or leave our houses or go anywhere or do anything, I was not doing even the small things we were allowed to do, and then when some things opened up again, I wasn't doing them either because I'd gotten so used to not doing any of them. So tonight, for example, there is a restaurant. It is open. We are allowed to go. I made a reservation. It's not expensive, it's not far, it's just up the road, but it looks cute and Christmassy. And it's something to do. So if you can, exercise little freedoms. Go for a walk, meet a friend for coffee at a distance, on a wall, in a shop somewhere. Find the places that are actually open and interact with them as much as you possibly can. It doesn't have to cost money. Just do it because you can. My third thing is to make small, achievable goals for yourself. For me, they're mainly creative goals. So I like to draw, but I'm really bad with completing my drawings. So what I'm doing now is when I start something out for fun, I will be like, right, tomorrow I have to finish the line work. And the next day I need to finish the colouring, and then it will be a completed piece of work. I've gone back to learning piano, so I'm terrible for wanting to learn things, starting it and never finishing it. I am routinely coming back to the same lessons, the same songs, and going over and over and over and over until I actually have it, and then I will have completed songs that I've done. It doesn't have to be creative things, it just so happens that that's my thing, but give yourself small, achievable goals and then stick to them and achieve them. It will give you that much needed sense of accomplishment that I think a lot of people are missing at the minute. It came up with the day It's called Self-Care Wednesday. I'm wondering if I should incorporate it into little videos, but me and Conan have done it once or twice and I want to keep doing it. We go for a walk to nowhere in particular, it's just to get outside, get some fresh air, no phones, no devices. I'm not talking all day, but there's a lot of studies that have shown that being glued to your phone for so long is making people feel really bad, and now all anybody is doing is being glued to their phones and their devices because there's nothing else to do. But seriously, it's not good for you. So go for a walk, get some fresh air, get some exercise, time away from screens and devices, and then when we come back to the house, nice hot shower, wash hair, do all the nice shampoos, nice body wash, and then like do your creams. Conan has oils and things for his beard and for his skin, and I have things for my skin and for my hands and everything, and just like really take time to indulge and take care of yourself, but in a healthy way. And if you can add on top of that like some delicious but healthy dinner, that's going to be good. Drink a lot of water. And the last one is maybe they're all the most important, but I think this one is so important, is thought training. No, not thought, like thought. Thought training. It has been far too easy for me to wake up in the morning and the first thing I think is, what's the point? Why get up? Why go to work? I'm not doing anything with my money, I'm just paying my bills. I'm living to work. What's the point? And that kind of thinking has sent me and many of the other people I know just down this really, really dark place. And then all the days started to blend together and be gone in the blink of an eye, or, you know, 1 hour would last for days and days and days. You really have to practice breaking that chain of thought. Music, I have found, is very helpful. Good tip from my mum. When you feel yourself going, what is the point? Why should I? Why should I do anything? Find or create yourself a playlist of just like really feel good, really energized music, and put it on even if you don't want to, even when you don't want to listen to it. Put it on and it will break you out of it. I have found for me that my feel good music playlist has done it every time. At least this week, it's done it every time. It's broken me out of that place. But it's thought training. You have to practice. It's not easy. It's not easy being positive. Maybe this is a sidetrack, but it's one of the reasons I like Cinderella as a Disney princess so much. She's so overlooked. Being nice and thinking positively when you're in a terrible situation is such a strength. You have no idea, maybe some of you do, how difficult it is to maintain that. There's a huge difference between being a pushover and being willfully positive and kind. It's hard. It takes a lot of maintenance. You gotta practice it. And it's hardest to practice when you actually need it. So now is actually a better time than ever to give it a shot. Well, anyway guys, those were my 5 tips for whatever I've called this video. Staying sane, managing lockdown, not going down a deep dark spiral. I hope that you found some of them useful. If you guys have other tips or other things you're doing that are helping you cope, please put them in the comments so that other people can see them. It might change somebody's week, you never know. Maybe I will read them. In fact, I definitely will. So put them in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Check the links below for all of my social media. Going to dinner tonight, Christmassy place. I will upload cute Christmassy pictures to Instagram, so check it out. A huge thank you to my heart tier patrons, Fluffy Kawaii Joe, Fabi Dabby Doo, Crystal, Aziza, Jamaica, and Bright Eyes Hope. You guys are awesome. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you guys next time. Love.